Okay, well, let's examine your actual physical structure that you have and where do you stop? Because flooring is continuous, paint is continuous, trims are continuous. Sometimes cabinets leach into other rooms.
Yep.
Maybe you have a china hutch or built-in or a fireplace or whatever it is that existing matches. But once we tear out the kitchen, okay, what do you want to do with this thing over here that is the same cabinets as over here? Educating the client on the fact that even though they've lived there for 30 years, maybe 40, 50 years, they don't necessarily comprehend the fact that we're changing finishes and that's no longer going to be like that. So now are we going to stay within that budget that you originally told me for your kitchen remodel, or do we expand that budget or pare back the scope?
Well, and sometimes for a lot of clients, it's, they go into it assuming what the finishes might be that go with their existing space, and then they fall in love with something completely different. And then that sort of becomes part of the design conversation of, well, do we pivot? Do you love it that much to pivot and then update all of these other things? Or do you want to stick with what you originally had in mind? And you know what you're spending your money on, right? Like, I mean, all those things matter.
Because you guys do such a deep dive into design options, design solidifying things with timelines, with order, back orders or whatever to get us to that point where when we start that at signing of construction contract, all the decisions are 90% there, design-wise and financially, because that way then they know what they're getting into, and then we can just hit the ground running with everything. And then a lot of those what-if conversations have been prepped.
Right.